Saturday Sports Kwentuhan. Ito ang The Chasedown. Ako po si Riza Diaz. Thank you for joining us today. It is going to be an incredible weekend. Bukod syempre sa Father's Day bukas. So early pagbati sa mga nanonood sa ating sports fans na daddy or papa at tatays kasi magiging masaya po ang ating pagkukwentuhan ngayong hapon na to. Kasama rin natin syempre ating mga ka-chasers. We have Jerry Ramos.
Papa!
Ketchup.
Hindi, bago tayo mag-celebrate ng Father's Day bukas, Sports News Day muna tayo ngayong hapon ng Sabado. Kaya, relax, sit back, and buckle up.
Tama, batiin na natin. Happy Papa! Papa! Oo, lalo pa tayo mag-e-enjoy tuloy. Dahil may mga bisita tayong
ganda niyan.
mga bisita natin? Mga tatay. Oo. Okay.
At syempre, gusto namin kasali kayo sa kwentuhan. Kaya sa mga nanonood sa atin via Facebook Live, di ba? Yung mga nagsistreaming dyan, lalo na kayo. Comment na para mabati rin namin kayo maya-maya. At binabati natin, especially din yung mga nanonood din sa atin via PBA Rush, those that are watching us via the Signal Play app, or sa mga nakikinig sa atin through Radyo 5 92.3 News FM. Mga nagmamaneho, kung taas na ng gasolina, no?
Nako, tataas na naman.
Tataas na rin ng diesel, pero okay lang yan. Ngayon, hapon, relax muna tayo kasi marami tayong sports kwentuhan. Speaking of which, simulan na natin with our headlines.
Yes.
Ito na. Umpisahan ko muna. Ito, pinakaabangan natin. Mamayang hapon na to. The NU Lady Bulldogs is going up against the DLSU Lady Spikers in the UAAP Volleyball Finals. Hihimayin natin yan. But nevertheless, exciting action. 5 p.m. po yan mamaya. Game 1 of their best of 3 final series.
Yes, and headlines number 2. Makibalita tayo sa mga aksyon ng 2022 Philippine Cup sa ating PBA updates.
Diba? Headline number 3. Updates din tayo sa under-16 team ng Gilas, Pilipinas. Pati na rin sa injury ni Ange Kwame.
Wow. Oh no.
Ito, once Gilas Pilipinas, batang Gilas pa to, nung una-una cover. Now, si Kai Soto, we're getting news that he was able to work out with the Sacramento Kings.
Yes.
So, mamaya, bibigyan namin kayo ng update dyan.
Grabe.
At ang panghuli, ito ang dahilan kaya wala siya ngayon.
Ala!
Golden State Warriors 2022 NBA Champions.
Tanggapin mo naman.
Bakit kaya?
Kaya pala
Wala siya.
Okay.
At makakasama natin ngayong hapon ang ating mga bisita. We are going to chat with the newly appointed team manager of TNT Tropang Giga, Coach Jojo Lastimoso will be joining us on a very rare occasion. Alam mo naman si BC yan Coach Jolas. Pero ngayon, kakwentuhan natin siya. Also later on, makakasama natin at makakakwentuhan natin NLEX Road Warriors top guard Kevin Alas will be joining us on the show.
Idol.
Okay.
Idol natin yung lahat. At syempre, bibisita rin tayo from Lacuacha. Tignan natin kung sinong nakasama naman ni Garen Elorde. He will also join the show a little bit. And syempre, dahil Father's Day, may mga makakakwentuhan tayong mga fathers in the sports industry.
Wow.
So,
sino yan?
I-reveal na ba natin kung sino ang, ang special guest natin? Mamaya-maya. Kasi pwede pa rin madagdagan yun.
Oo nga, malay
Who knows? And also via Zoom, we'll be joined by Waylon Galvez in a very short while. But while we are waiting for our guest, eto muna. Siyempre, pag-usapan muna natin ang pinakamainit na bakbakan that is happening later today. And that is the battle for the UAAP Women's Volleyball Crown. Can you imagine, for 65 long years, NU now has a chance to win a title in volleyball. So mamaya po yan. But nevertheless, recap tayo. Tinalo ng DLSU Lady Spikers ang kanilang arch rival, the Ateneo Lady Eagles, in a stepladder match. And that, of course, qualified them for the finals. Kinuha ng Lady Spikers ang laro in 3 straight sets, 25-19, 25-20, para makaharap nga ang undefeated NU Lady Bulldogs for a best-of-3 championship series that is to start later this afternoon. Aba, pinahirapan pa rin naman ang Ateneo ang Lasal nung third set. It was an exciting third set. Dumikit pa to 24-23. Pero natapos ang laro again in 3 straight sets with Lasal clinching the finals berth. Pinangunahan ng Lady Spikers ang kanilang 16 sa kanilang 16 points na may 13 points naman sina Gagate at Julina de la Cruz. It's going to be such a high-intensity game, no, Jerry?
Oo naman. Tama, going for history ang
NU.
Oo. Pero kailangan pa rin na lang manalo twice, di ba? Twice,
best of 3
yes, best of 3 against De La Salle Lady Archers para makamit ang kanilang unang kampyonato in 65 years. Ang tagal.
Grabe.
Oo.
Pero undefeated sila so far.
Yes, undefeated, 14-0. And ang maganda lang dito, Riza, either nakatulong ba sa kanila yung mahabang pahinga?
Right, kasi maaga sila nag-qualify.
Or baka medyo kinalawang.
Aba.
Diba? Not unlike yung Lasal, kumbaga nakapag-warm up against the rival nila Ateneo. So, tingnan natin.
Pero kung babalikan natin, didn't NU also, of course, they're undefeated. So they beat Lasal in the eliminations. I think
Yes.
even twice. Eliminations and I think a qualifying game, either quarters or semifinals. Does that play a factor, Abak? Ngayon na championship na, although it's a best-of-3 series, 0-0 tayo ulit, regardless sa kung undefeated ka or whatsoever. Would that matter?
Oo, pero ang ano dyan is yung Game 1 yung importance ng Game 1 It's a very short series.
Tama, no?
And natural, hindi naman umabot ang Lasal dyan sa finals, 4-0, ano?
Yes.
So talagang, ako yung 14-0, kahit naman sila Bella and si Jen, when they guested last week dito sa show natin, sinasabi nila, ang anong coach nila, nandyan na tayo.
Yes.
Huwag na natin sayangin ng pakakataon, sabi nga ni Chiquito, di ba?
5 p.m. po yan later
Tingnan
on.
natin
And
ang
mapapanood
Game
nyo sa One Sports, tumutok lang. And we'll give you update on the developments also prior to the game. But ang development ngayon, our guest is here. He's early. And we love it. This really shows how, how wonderful of a
World
person
record
he
yan,
is. Would like to introduce to the show, he's no stranger when it comes to Philippine basketball. Bakit? 10 beses po siya nagkampiyon in the PBA. Yes? Okay, let's get an update. Wala muna. Okay, we'll pull that.
Sabi rito, meron na.
Grabe.
Ha?
Okay,
andyan
like
na
what I
Bart,
said,
Ikaw talaga, Bart.
this gentleman has won a PBA crown for 10 times.
Aba.
Some players don't even win not once. Ito may 10 championship rings.
Walang-wala.
He's also been named All-Filipino Cup Finals MVP back in 1996. Back in 1988, he was named as PBA Rookie of the Year. 3 beses naging member ng Mythical 5 in the PBA. And is a figure in the PBA All-Star as he's been a member of which for 10 times. And now is on a different capacity, but still is in, very much relevant scene when it comes to basketball. He is now team manager of TNT Tropang Giga. Makakakwentuhan natin ngayong hapon ang nag-iisang Jojo Lastimosa.
Siyempre. Jolas.
Welcome to the show.
Jolas!
Hindi pa ba kayo sawa sa akin?
Hindi
Pangalawa
naman.
pa lang
Ikaw naman.
Pangalawa pangalan.
Pangalawang appearance ko na dito sa show na to. Or dalawa or...
Yeah, doon pa tayo sa Ortigas.
Ano pa?
Medyo sawa na rin ako sa mukha niyo.
Yes, upper deck.
Coach, good afternoon. First and foremost, maraming salamat. We know you're such a busy person, but you're here chatting with us. Sana hindi ka madala sa aming imbitasyon.
Yan.
Sige, basta kailangan niyo ako. I'll be here for you guys. You know me.
Yeah. Well, how's everything?
Team manager.
Congratulations on a new challenge. Now you're team manager of TNT Tropang Giga. You were just with the NLEX Road Warriors a couple of days ago.
Not even a week.
May game pa sila.
Not even a week.
Yeah.
Oo nga, oo.
Oo.
Sige.
So parang,
So you guys, okay, go ahead.
so parang coach, I was gonna ask, you know, your career is coming to a full circle.
Tama.
You are once a player, been a coach. Now you're gonna be team manager. It's like different hats, different roles. Are you excited for this one?
Very excited, and it's a different challenge. It's a new challenge for me. Well, I've been a coach, assistant coach for a while now. And then when this opportunity arrived, I had to. I didn't actually have to think about it for a long time. Like when it was there, like really for this franchise for Talk and Text, and I know that franchise. It has also a lot of history. They've won a lot of championship with Shot and some other coaches, and getting into a time where they still have a lineup where they can contend every conference. So for me, I want to go back to winning. And sad to say that when I was with NLEX for 8 years, winning is so hard to come by. And although I was a bit sad, or a little sad, should I say, when I left, because I also felt like ito yung time sa NLEX na we have a lineup which I would also say na pwede mag-contend this conference and the conferences to come. So parang I was kind of torn, but the opportunity to be in a team where I could actually have an impact in terms of forming a team, the personnel that Coach Chod would want, it's just so enticing.
Nice. Jerry.
Yes. Coach Jolas, ano ba tong paglipat mo sa TNT? Ano ba ang higher ups diyan? Sila ba muna ang nag-usap bago dumating sa level mo?
I believe so, and of course, when the change was made, when Gabby Kui was left, of course there was a vacancy, and when he left, Chot was the one who was handling all the negotiations. So he doubled up on his job. So they were looking for somebody to step in, and I thought Chot and I were already talking about reuniting together for a long time now. Chot wanted to get me even when I was with Alaska before in 2010, and then I couldn't leave Alaska. Fred wanted me to stay, so that was one opportunity that came to me, and then this is the second one. And I thought this is going to be perfect because it's going to be in a different capacity where I could actually help Chot build his team, and of course management has a lot to say with it, because. They have to have a name where I think Chot would be able to respect and rely on, and Chot knows my reputation, and the management also knows my reputation throughout the years, and that's one good thing about taking care of your name, because eventually people will come calling if they need help, and I'm here to help. So there's really nothing special about me other than I'm just going to keep my head down, and just like when I was a player, just be true to myself and just rely on my instincts and experience.
Tama.
Coach, nahirapan ka bang magpaalam sa NLEX organization?
Oo,
Considering na yung first game mo sa TNT against NLEX pa.
Funny story because
Parang sinadya
I knew the schedule. I was still with NLEX last week, and in fact, ako yung in charge sa scouting ng TNT.
Yun.
So I'm in charge with scouting TNT, and I'm in charge of scouting Ginebra. So dalawang teams I'm in charge of. And I knew the deal was gonna be parang consummated in a couple of days. So I was telling myself na parang magpi-prepare ba ako ng scouting team ko sa TNT. That was a Saturday. So sabi ko wag muna. And then I was called for a meeting with Mr. Ricky Vargas and Mr. Al Panlilio and MVP. So that was it. So it was consummated right away, and it's Thursday yung game namin. And buti na lang because parang it's going to be difficult na parang yung team ko na pinanggalingan yung kagad yung makakalaban namin. And I'm still invested in that team. So 8 years ko ang ininvest ko dyan, and all of a sudden I'll be on the other side.
Right.
So I have parang yung feeling ko na parang, well, at least kung manalo yung TNT, I'll be happy because I'm here, but I'm also gonna be half happy if NLEX would win kasi nandun pa rin yung investment ko sa kanila eh. So it's parang I'm happy to get it over with.
Palagay ko si Coach may ano yan, yung tumingin ka sa, Coach, nangyari ba to sa'yo, tumingin ka sa schedule, tapos tinitignan mo yung games pa ng NLEX, parang nalito ka, teka, mali na, hindi na to yung schedule ng games, iba na.
No. Sorry to say, hindi nangyari sa akin yan. So,
that's good,
I know where I am. Okay, hindi ako nalimpungatan, hindi kagaya ni Coach Tim. Nung lumipat si Coach Tim sa Magnolia, nung tumayamat yung Alaska, nasa Magnolia siya, nagalit siya dahil, I didn't call a timeout, naalala niyo yun? I didn't call a timeout. Yun pala, nasa Magnolia na siya.
Right. Sa tagal, no? Sa tagal ng panahon. Well, Coach, you just mentioned Alaska. Very briefly, let's talk about, you know, the franchise history and its meaning to you. What were how were you during those times when they said, okay, we're going to sell the franchise? It was eventually sold. Alaska played their last game. The final buzzer sounded off.
Yes.
You know, and everything. What was going through your mind?
Well, yung feeling na parang close to parang losing somebody really close to you. You know how it feels. We've lost somebody in our lives one way or another. And to finally realize that, hey, this is never coming back. Hindi na babalik to. So parang ganun yung pakiramdam. So you're just left with memories, you know, with the sense of history, and hopefully the legacy is gonna be there. And you know, so para sa akin, ganun lang yung ano ko, parang panghihinayang, but at the same time also grateful for the opportunity and the experience that I had with Alaska.
Jerry?
One more, Coach. Joe, yung big three nyo ng Pure Foods, si Jerry na lang ang hindi team manager, ha? Ikaw, tsaka si Alvin, pareho ng team manager. Hindi mo man naisip yun?
Pati yun, naisip mo, di ko nga naisip yun eh. Well, I wouldn't want Jerry to be still in the PBA. Jerry has also, he has a reputation na parang, ano din, na parang maganda rin yung reputation ng Jerry. It's just so sad that he's not in the PBA because he's got so much knowledge in the game. So, yun lang.
No. Eto, Joe, kakontemporary mo to, si Aba Cordero. Magtatanong sa'yo.
Oo, nabanggit mo yan. Alala ko, nung si Coach Jolas was starting out in the PBA as a player, ako naman nagsisimula as a sports writer.
Sabi sa'yo.
Kaya nung pagpupunta pa ako sa Pure Foods practice doon, sa Aquinas yata yan, si Ding Panganiban na nagpapapasok.
Okay.
And si nasirang Robert, Coach,
Robert De Guia.
Robert De Guia, yan.
oo.
Si Iswas.
Una ko interview kay Jolas, hindi ko malaman kung magpapa-picture ako o magpapa-autograph o i-interviewin ko. Siyempre, Jolas eh.
Right.
Anyway, Coach, kaya malamang to si Coach, 45 years old na rin to eh. Kasabayan ko talaga eh. Coach,
Dumating na tayo sa time na sikreto na edad natin. Ganun ba?
Coach, your new role, hindi ka naman, you're not taking the job blindfolded, dahil you've been there as a player, as a coach, hindi ba? And madaming ang team manager, hindi naman player, no?
Yes.
Hindi naman nag-coach eh. Pero ikaw, ano bang, being here sa TNT, ano bang madadala mo? Sabi mo kanina, experience. Other than that, ano pa bang, what can you offer more to the team?
Well, para sa akin yun ang pinaka-importante about the experience that I had with as a player, and at the same time having had the experience of watching or being in the presence of Fred, how he ran the team, and with Tim and even Waki, because basketball in a franchise, there's a lot of negotiations, and for me, what I've learned is that you have to make the players feel wanted. And of course, hindi mo naman maibibigay lahat sa player ng gusto nila. You have to come halfway. But at the same time, kailangan masaya din yung player, the contract that they would get. Para sa akin, ganun yung ano ko. Both parties have to be comfortable with the figure, kung ano mang figure na makuha namin. So, parang, and then at the same time, being a player, alam ko kung anong kung ano yung hinihingi ng player basing on his performance. Kung nanghihingi siya ng malaki tapos wala namang performance, and ganun lang yung pinapakita niya. And I could tell the player straight that, hey, come on, parang I know how you play, parang I've played before.
Right.
Yeah,
So
tama.
sa akin, yun yung advantage ko being a player and being around management and owners at the same time.
So coach, para lang yung pelikula nung kaibigan natin si Brad Pitt, ano, yung Moneyball,
Oo,
ano?
Moneyball, tama.
Magandang movie yan pagdating sa mga ganyan. Coach, yung papalta mo, si Gabby Cui, galing mag-golf niyan.
Si coach din naman, ah.
Oo nga, oo. Iba rin ang palo ni... Nag-usap ba kayo ni Gabby? Ano ba? Para may transition, ano pa ba yan? Mga pointers?
Yes, I've spoken to Gabby and there was transition there. Lahat ng mga ginawa niya, pinasa niya sa akin. And I've spoken to him parang just feeling, because hindi ko naging kaibigan si Gabby. I know of him because naglaro siya sa Ateneo and of course I see him once in a while. He's a great guy. You know, it pains to see that that he's gonna leave also the franchise. Although he's still with the MVP group, he's still in the PLDT Smart group. But he has the transfer was smooth and Gabby was cool with it. So para sa akin parang ano din, it was nice meeting him actually and knowing him as a person.
Okay.
Well,
Thank you. Riza, any more?
well, let's get to work, Mr. Team Manager of TNT. We want to know what's the latest with
Yeah.
Mikey Williams.
Correct.
let's get down to business then.
Inuli mo pa yung
Ganyan
tanong.
talaga eh. Nandito na po tayo.
You have to get there right away.
Nandito na po tayo. Nandito na po. Wala, ano po eh, pagkakataon na po. We heard,
Okay.
Coach, okay, there's rumors, and please confirm if they're true, if they're not. He didn't make it to 2 flights. Now we're getting news he might be in a flight on the way to Manila. So which is which?
Wow.
Well, one thing I can promise you guys, being a team manager of TNT,
Ayan,
Nandito ka na rin.
Nadudulas pa si Coach.
of TNT, wala nang Alaska, wala na. Is that I will be truthful. I'll be. I won't be hiding things from you. I won't tell you half truths. Because for me, if you tell the truth, people will respect you. So this is the deal. When I got here, when was that? Saturday yun eh. Saturday. I was officially a TNT manager 15 on the 15th. So this is the first order for me, and so it was kind of parang getting frustrated already, and management's getting frustrated already because Mikey has missed his flight a couple of times. Okay? So kinukunan siya ng ticket and then he still misses his flight, na may reason siya na ganito, ganyan. So yun yung na-inherit ko na story. And so Chot finally said, hey, we're pulling out the offer from you and we're fining you if you're not gonna show up here. So dumating na kami sa point na yun, and Chot said, you deal with it already. Parang sabi niya, so yun yung first order mo. Get Mikey here in the Philippines. I had to talk to him on the phone. I haven't met him. I don't know him personally. I just know of him. So nakausap ko siya sa telepono kasi ako na yung nakipag-usap sa kanya. And it turned out to be he's very pleasant. You know, parang alam ko naman yung mga player na pag niloloko ka,
Yeah.
alam ko na yan.
Tama.
But he seemed like a good guy.
Yeah.
And one thing I'm going to do now, beginning now, since I'm going to be dealing with a lot of people, is that somehow you have to see people, you have to meet them with expectations that they're going to be parang they're going to be trustworthy. It's parang they're always going to be parang a potential for them to be really nice, to be really good. So parang ganun. So wala akong presumption na baka walang kwentang tao to. So on the opposite, parang I thought that he is a nice guy. So yun. We had a conversation and I told him the truth that hey, they're already pissed at you, so you got to come down here because if you want to talk about your contract, you have to be here. Kasi ang hirap mag-usap ng kontrata na wala ka dito eh. Going back and forth sa text, ganyan. So it's really, really difficult. So finally, sabi ng management, So a show of faith. So you have to get your own ticket. So if you really want to be here, so purchase your own ticket. So ginawa ni Mikey yun. He
Wow.
purchased his own ticket. And he jumped on a plane. He got to the plane. His flight was 1:30 our time. 1:30 our time, and management said we're not going to believe that he will be here until he is on the plane and the door is shut and he is flying over here. Parang ganun na yung ano. So I'm updating Mr. Vargas all the time and sort about his whereabouts. So parang stalking him already. So he's on the plane.
He's on the plane,
And we're all glad.
So, Coach is arriving tomorrow morning. Tama
Yes,
ba?
at 4 a.m. So I'll be there to pick him up.
Wow.
Wow.
Sasama si Jerry sa'yo, Coach.
Yan agad ang first order of no?
Oo,
Business
bigat agad,
ni Coach Jolas with DNT.
Pero
So
ang
yung
bilis.
first assignment ko, and then I have to, of course, now think about closing the deal.
Yeah.
Right.
So I already have his contract. Shot forwarded me his contract, and I will have to sit down with him and explain everything to him about the numbers.
Pero di ka naman binansagan, Coach, na clutch if
Oo
for
nga.
nothing is. Oh, ano kami, kumpiyansa kami sa'yo.
Magdi-deliver, magdi-deliver.
Ano to, during...
Applicable ba yun dito?
Ay, applicable yan, Coach. Kasi, syempre, well, let's put it out there.
Yes.
Mikey is an impact player to the team. We know we've seen what he can bring to the table. Now, if it would take someone like a Jojo Lastimosa to be able to bridge, like what you said,
yes.
and have, everyone be happy and compromise in whatever those are, that guy could be you. And pag natapos mo to, Coach, siguro masayang Kumbaga, magandang simula.
Oo nga, tama.
Diba? Magandang simula. That's interesting, and we hope to get more. We hope to get an update. Sumama ka na doon sa 4 a.m. Ikaw naman.
Aga naman.
Punta tayo dyan.
Ngayon pala,
On the year 2, okay?
naisip ko pala ngayon, ang token text bench, you have Chot Reyes
Yes.
as head coach and Jojo Lastimosa as team manager.
Oo, diba?
Pagka player ka at ayaw mo doon maglaro, hindi ko alam kung kanino ang diferensya.
Coach, when was your last championship?
As player ba?
As player.
As player.
Kailan ba yung last championship ko? I think it was 2010. It was 2010. We had Diamond Simpson. It was with Alaska.
Alaska.
Okay, 2010. Now it's 2022. So 12 years ago.
I'm due.
Yeah, 12 years
I'm due
ago.
for another championship.
And
Yeah.
you had 10. You had 10 in your career. On those winning days, on those winning moments, and should you win another championship for TNT, who are you gonna call first?
Wow.
Chasedown.
Who am I going to call first? Who am I going to call first? Do I have to call anyone? All the people that I love are here. Tatawagan ko.
Like to share that moment of celebration, because you're saying, you've been around in the PBA. Your last championship was a decade ago, more than a decade ago. You're wanting to win another crown, so that moment would be very special.
I know who I'm going to kiss, though. I know who I'm going to
Kiss,
kiss.
grabe
kiss.
agad, kiss na
Wow.
talaga. Oh, sige na nga, kiss.
I'm going to kiss my wife first, then Shot next.
Yeah. That's nice. But, well, we wish you the best as, you serve TNT in another capacity. They're fortunate to have someone like you.
Oo naman.
And
Thank you. Well, that remains to be seen, okay? That remains to be seen. I'm not even in my first week yet.
And we know it's going to be a challenge like what you said, and di ba, PBA players, lahat iba't ibang personalities, iba't ibang character.
Egos.
There's egos to, I don't know, how do you
Well, I
say
have the biggest ego when I was a player, so I think I can take any egos.
So you'll know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
But good luck, and it's going to
Thank
be
you.
another exciting chapter. You want to say any message, Coach? May gusto po ba kayong batiin?
Yeah.
Pasalamatan?
I want to thank the TNT management, especially MVP Ricky Vargas and Mr. Al Panlilio. Tinawag ko lang ng first name, kasi Mr. Vargas, for just giving me the opportunity. And I'm here. I'm not here, carrying my name I'm here on a different capacity, and I'm here to prove myself again. So I'm hoping and I'm praying that I'll be up to the task.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Alright, well, good luck, Coach. Kailan ba susunod na laro ng TNT?
May game sila
Later
mamaya.
today.
Yes, di ba?
NLEX ulit.
Today, yeah.
NLEX ulit kalaban.
Hindi, Meralco.
Meralco. They're up against Meralco Bolts. Good luck, Coach, and thank you for
Alright.
sharing with us your time this afternoon.
Thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Salamat,
Sa
Dennis.
ulitin, Coach. Sa ulitin.
Oo nga.
Coach Jojo
Ulitin, no problem.
Lastimosa of the TNT Tropang Giga.
Okay yan, Jonas.
Their new team manager. I super love him for that job.
Oo naman,
Hindi ko na
Jonas.
nasabi, di ba, he's the truth. You know, we call him sa coverage.
The
Ano
truth.
yan sa amin,
The truth.
Kumbaga, kasi
Moniker niya
he would
sa
come,
inyo.
you know, and cover the games with us.
Yes,
And he
yes.
would say and call it how it is.
Yes, yes.
No filter, nothing. So we call him the truth. Kasi talagang sasabihin lang niya kung ano gusto niya.
Actually, kahit ng player naman siya, di ba? Abak.
And sometimes it would, you know, be not accepted to other people
Yes,
and would
yes.
come off a certain way. But he is what he is, and that's why he's been in the league for so long. It's because he's been genuine.
Yes.
Okay yan, si Jonas. In any capacity, asset yan to any team.
Crush yan ng nanay ko.
Talaga.
Uy,
Sobra,
sabi ni
sobra.
Jonas, grabe naman.
Grabe.
Nanay?
Growing up.
Di na lang ate.
Wala na. We're gonna cut to a break. When we come back, marami pa po tayong bisita, marami pa po tayong pagkakwentuhan. Kaya
Ala.
huwag po kayong aalis. Magkabalik po ang The Chasedown! binabati natin yung mga kapapanood lang. Welcome to the Chasedown. Alam nyo, may namimiss tayong
oo nga.
ka-chaser.
Grabe
Gusto ko siyang
kaya.
kamustahin, Jerry. Kasi kahapon, di ba?
Kailan mo huli kasama?
Ha?
Kailan mo huli
Nako,
kasama?
nung isang araw lang.
Grabe.
Oo, ewan ko ba. Ang bait pa naman yan, pagkasama.
Sana iba na lang.
Ayun nga, kagahapon, ang nangyari, yung Boston Celtics, natastas. Wala na.
Talo.
So, kamusta kaya siya?
Ako, at least,
Ano sa akin, hindi daw kumakain.
Nahin ako naman.
oo.
Yung tulog, paputol-putol.
Ay, di makipag-usap.
Wala.
Ay, subukan natin ngayon
nga,
kung
nandyan ba?
magpaparamdam ba siya. Waylon?
Waylon, galawin mo nga ang baso, Waylon.
Ipan mo nga yung kandila kung
magpaano
nandiyan ka.
Yan, oh. Ayun. Uy, ayun. Ayun, no.
Malat ka.
Uy, gising pa pala.
Natutulog ako eh.
Nako, hala.
Grabe boses.
Natutulog ka nakakap.
Parang yung boses, galing sa ilalim, ha?
Para nasapian, ha?
Kasi kahapon, libing.
Ay, libeng. Oh.
Ngayon, pabangluksa.
Ang bilis naman ng babanloksan.
Agad-agad.
Mabilis talaga, agad-agad.
Move on na agad.
Nagtirik na ako ng kandila.
Grabe.
Parang birthday cake yung kandila. Ayan, ha?
Welcome to the show, Waylon. We miss you already.
Ayan, no, nako.
Hi, Riz, Jerry,
Nako.
Aba.
Hi, sir.
Parang-
Nadinig ko kanina yung Jolas.
Oh.
Bakit?
Tapos nabanggit nyo kanina, Jericho Diniera.
Oo. Di ba?
Oo.
Yun yung topic natin.
Yun.
Top 3.
Ganun
May
ba?
top 3 pa rin tayo.
Pare, kung nahihirapan ka magsalita, huwag ka na
okay lang,
magsalita.
okay lang kami. Okay lang kami. Pwedeng next segment na.
Mag-google na kayo ng top 3.
Waylon's top 3. Ganyan ang tawag natin
Oh,
dyan.
sige, oo. Mahirig kang top 3, ha?
Ano to, top 3 all-defensive player ng PBA.
Wala na akong
Yan.
Kasi Jerry, malapit na yung PBA Press Corps Awards.
Oo nga,
Meron
tama.
tayong Defensive Player of the Year dyan. Pasensya na kayo sa boses ko kasi kakasigaw ko kahapon, walang nangyari.
Sabi ko nga kay Direk, alisin na muna yung segment na yan.
Oo,
Para ko tuloy si Inday Karutay.
Oo, yan, oo
kaboses mo
nga.
nga.
Kaboses na kaboses mo, ha?
Oo,
Pwede ka
yun
na
na
sa
yun
comedy
nga.
bar.
Pero ito, may mga ka-chasers tayong nagbigay. Unahin ko na. Shopee Kaligdan, sabi niya, si Pinoy sa Kuragi Mark Piris ang una sa aking listahan.
Google
Siyempre,
muna.
3-time Defensive Player of the Year yan. Next, yung original defensive big, the defensive minister, Jericho Diniera. Last but not the least, the scavenger, Freddy Abuda.
Yun.
Agree ako dyan. Meron pang iba, parang Jerry.
Oo.
Oo, Waylon.
Pare, kung nahihirapan ka,
Ito pa,
pare,
ha? Si
magtanong
Mark
ka na.
Marion. Ayan, oh. Si Spider-Man pa rin ang best depoy sa akin. Hanggang ngayon, kayang-kaya pa rin maging Defensive Player of the Year ni Arwin Santos.
Totoo.
At sina Rudy Haltfield
Ba,
at
okay yan,
Chris Ross naman ang bubuo ng top 3 defensive players ko.
Salamat,
In
Mark.
fairness, ang sakit sa lalamunan.
Mahipad ka sana ng hangin. meron ba tayo?
Meron pa, oh, pangatlo.
Oo. Ito, si Daniel Romulo.
Uy,
Ha?
parang action star.
Oo nga. Mapa PBA o Gilasman, si Gabe Norwood. Talaga ang best defensive player ko. Top 2 ko naman ay si Mark Pingris, I agree. At baka nakakalimutan ng iba, si Michael Jackson, si Chris Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
3-time winner ng Dipoy, Defensive Player of the Year. Chris Jackson, ha?
Oo.
Mukha yan, doon sa pinupuntahan natin.
Tama. Oh.
Yung nagmamasahe. Alala ko si
Sige
Chris
na,
Jackson.
mag-google na kayo.
Kahawig. Ano?
Pagkatapos ko, kayo naman. Sa akin, simple lang. Doon ako sa original, Tapal King.
Yan.
Yan, tama.
Bagyo.
Kung tatandaan nyo, may segment ang PBA dati, yung Pulkasil, Tapal
Tapal
King.
King.
Dahil
Parang
kay
naman
Philip
tayo.
Cesar.
Oo nga.
Meron, Philip Cesar.
Tama.
Susunod ko,
Sino?
ito, Jerry Cordillera.
Yan. Oo.
I think Jerry, di ba, dapat he still holds the record of 11 shot blocks
Oo.
in the PBA.
In 1 minute.
Record yan. Yeah.
Grabe naman.
Hindi naman.
Ilang-
One game.
Baka napagod na.
Ilang attempts ba yun?
Ito naman, last
mo.
ko. Ito, kaibigan natin to, Chris Ross.
Yan.
Kasi maliit eh.
To chase
Grabe yan, grabe.
Oo.
Yan.
Tama.
Eto na, sige na, kayo naman. Pagbibigyan ko kayo. Unahin ko si Riz na nag-google yata.
Ako, all respect to the Defense Minister, Jerry Cordillera. One of the greatest to ever display and still is the barometer kung
Yes.
depensa ang pag-uusapan. Hindi mawawala sa listahan, Jerry Cordillera. I've seen also, first hand, and still, ngayon, kaya pa niya at the age of what? 41 years old? Ibang klase pa rin? Arwin Santos.
Yan.
He will
Tama.
make you think twice
Parang pareho din tayo.
of taking
No
a shot.
copying, ha?
Oo nga, daya nyo na nga.
Then, katulad ng kay Jerry, kay Waylon, because of his kumbaga, ability to be able to evolve,
Philip Cesar din to.
Chris Ross.
Oo, Chris Ross.
Diba? Ang
Oo
galing
nga.
na naging
Oo
improvement
naman.
ni Chris Ross.
Tama.
Kagabi, I covered the San Miguel Beer game.
Naku.
Parang nakatatlong steal kagad.
Oo.
Parang ganon in what? Two
Bago-
quarters before
Yes, bago na-injured.
he suffered
Oo
an
nga.
injury that we still need to get an update kung ano yung severity nun. But those are my top 3. Pero abangan nyo, Nick Demusis on defense.
Wow!
Grabe naman yan, ha?
Ano na natin?
Manager, ha?
Diba?
Yan
No, but
na nga sasabihin ko eh. Sayang eh.
pero that's becoming his kasi
Oo
goal.
nga, uy.
To be able to help.
Tama.
All
Especially-
defensive team, no? Gusto niya.
Oo, kasi sabi niya, I didn't make it love on the all-rookie team
Yeah.
of the PBA press corps. So,
Ba, mahina
it's
tayo sa
okay.
press corps.
It's okay. Next year, I'll make it to the all-defensive team. But that's a good motivation.
Tama. Meron isang player, hindi ko na maalala kung sino eh, pero it's been said na ulit pa ulit na, nasa depensa kasi walang off night.
Correct.
Oo, tama.
If you can miss all your shots, but
Right.
Tama.
on defense,
Tama.
kailangan walang malas.
Sa
Dahil,
opensa may malas, sa depensa wala.
Yes. Oo, tama.
Dahil dyan, sino ang top 3 mo?
Oh, ikaw. Ikaw.
ang daya nyo eh.
Oo nga.
Ginaya nyo yung sa akin eh.
Gaya.
Sige.
Pwede na rin.
Number 1 ko na. Tafal King.
Yeah.
Tafal. Philip Cesar.
Philip
Oo
Cesar.
naman.
Oo. Kahit nung may PBA one-on-one pa nun,
Ay,
di ba?
oo, galing
Ang galing
ni
dumipensa niyan.
Oo, ang
Paano? Isa lang babantayan mo. Pero magaling. Tapal. Haba ng kamay ni
Oo,
Philip
tama.
Cesar eh.
Yun nga sasabihin ko.
Oo, iba yung
Wingspan.
Wingspan
niya.
niya. Ang haba. Oo.
Tapos, number 2, maiba naman.
Oh.
Jerry, siyempre.
First time yun first time.
Banggit mo, Defense Minister.
Okay.
Number 44 ba yan?
Yes, 44.
Magnum 44. And my third. Ito, medyo wala sa mga hugot nyo.
Ano?
Si Tochi. Chito Loizaga.
Ba, yun.
Pwede yan.
Iba yung hugot
Alam mo
mo yun.
naman yan, burly.
Burly,
Akala mo, grizzly bear ang itsura niyan.
Tama,
White polar bear yan, si Chito.
Yes.
6'2", pero yung katawan, akala mo, frigider yung inaatrasan
Oo nga.
mo pagka
Tama.
yan ang dumepensa sa'yo.
Tama.
Bumabantay yan, kahit sa imports.
Yes.
Simon Fernandez, tinaon yan. Si Alvin Patrimonio, tinaon yan sa 1990 Asian Games. He defended against yung malaking North Korea.
Oo, 7-footer yata.
Oo, si ano pangalan no? Shindong pa?
Luma, no?
Luma.
South Korean
Yung
pa yun.
North Korean
Oo.
Si Chito ang dumepensa doon. So ako, Chito Loizaga.
Maganda yung hugot mo, ha?
Oo.
Ganda.
Ikaw, Jerry, ano hugot mo?
Ako, reverse naman ako, pa-reverse.
Ba?
Inuuna yun, si Tapal King, di ba?
Oo,
Ikaw.
oo.
Ako naman si Jerry Cordillera.
Ba? Iba naman ano.
Hindi, si Jerry, tama yung sinabi ni Waylon kanina. 11 blocks
Oo.
in a game. No?
Wala na iba
Wala
nakagawa na
nang
siguro.
nakagawa sa PBA noon. So far, yan ang record. Pangalawa ko, reverse uli. Tapal King. Philip Cesar. Pero tama, Abak, yung wingspan ni Ipe, napakahaba na pag nakatayo siya, pag nakaganon yung kamay niya, hanggang tuhod
Wow!
Dala ko hanggang sahig.
Galamay.
Sobra na yun.
Ganon kahaba yung wingspan ni Ipe. And pangatlo ko, Arwin Santos. Dahil
payag ako dyan.
eto, siya yung napiling top defensive player ng PBA Press Corps.
Ngayon.
Oh, last season actually. Awardan siya with his third defensive player of the year. At oldest, 41 years old.
Wow!
At 41 years old. So, naging ano rin siya, syempre all defensive team nung nakaraang Leo's Award. Kaya,
Nice.
Parang may iba nagsasalita.
Oo nga. Asan na?
O kasi, next week, meron na naman
Meron
tayong
ba?
top 3.
Meron pa rin.
Ano naman?
Favorite players
Top
na.
rookie naman.
Yan.
Ano?
Top rookie
Top rookie.
of this, of this
Oo nga.
conference, of this season?
Kailan yan? Anong
Rookie of the year.
Rookie of the Year.
Yung mga nanalo Rookie of
Okay,
the Year.
Google.
Ganda yan.
Oo, sige, pwede. Pwede yan.
Pwede nilang ipadala, syempre, ang kanilang mga sagot through our social media pages, from Facebook to
Padala
Instagram.
na, padala.
Para next week, yung mga sagot nyo naman yung mabasa natin
Yes.
dito sa ating programa. Thank you, Waylon. Babalikan
Oy.
ka namin maya-maya. Chill ka lang muna dyan.
Sige, Inday Garota yan.
Salabat para ano? Yan. Salamat muna tayo. As we get on to our next topic, which is of course the PBA. Ang daming nangyari, Jerry, over the
Dami.
past
Ayan.
few days. I love
muna
also
tayo.
how the games are so exciting. Grabe yung mga nagtatambakan, nagkakabawian. You know, parang the margins of losses and wins are barely 10 points. Halos
Yes,
lahat
yes.
dikit, no?
Grabe.
Oo, bukod siyempre, may exception yung kahapon Riz against Terra Firma
And-
and Phoenix, di ba?
Right, and
Oo.
Phoenix.
Dahil alam naman natin, undermanned yung Terra
Terra Firma.
Firma.
Grabe naman yun.
They
Inanay
didn't
naman
had
na-
Oo nga eh.
they didn't had Ed Dakiwag.
Yes.
Eric Camson also didn't
oo,
play,
oo.
and then
Isaac Go.
Isaac Go.
Oo. So, tatlong key players yung wala sa kanila. And ang ano naman, yung Phoenix, nanalo ng kanilang unang
Right.
win for the season.
So it's only Terra
1-2.
Firma now that's left winless.
Yes.
0-3.
And reverse naman, nung main game, yung San Miguel Beer, nanalo over Magnolia, 87-81 for the solo lead naman.
Ganda yung game.
3-0 na sila. Oh, maganda yung game, although unfortunately na-injured si Chris Ross
Vic
at saka si
Manuel.
Vic Manuel. No?
Anong update doon, Jerry? Anong balita natin?
Wala pa akong ano kay Chris Ross other than nag-MRI siya last night. Hindi ko pa alam kung ano yung resulta. Si Vic Manuel naman yung calf injury niya, previous injury niya na yun eh. Sabi niya with Alaska pa. So parang nag-recur nung practice. He was supposed to be minimized lang kahapon yung limited
Playing time.
lang yung minutes niya dapat. Pero parang 5 minutes pa lang siya nakalaro. Bigla siyang uminto, di
Biglang
ba?
napaupo.
Oo. Sabi niya parang may naramdaman siya na parang magka-cramp siya.
O ba?
Magka-cramps. Ganun pala yung ano nung calf injury. So, umupo na lang siya.
Pero
parang.
nung huli, nasa bench naman
Yes,
siya.
yes,
so,
nasa
ibig
bench
sabihin, there's nothing much.
Yes.
Even Chris Ross.
Maski si Chris Ross, parang
Right.
nilagyan lang ng yelo yung tuhod niya. Although, just to make sure, nagpa-MRI siya.
Prior to that game, maalala ko lang din, Encho
Yes.
Serrano also,
Na-sprain.
di ba?
Yes,
Parang had a bad fall.
Yes,
and then
yes.
after a while,
Nakabalik naman,
din.
nakabalik,
Yeah,
oo.
there were a couple of players
Oo nga,
in yesterday's
no?
day game na
Yes.
talagang yung pagkabagsak, parang bigla kang mapapaisip, naku, baka kung ano nangyari. But
Oo,
eventually, they were able to
Parang ang
recover.
dami na-injure
Oo
dun
nga,
sa...
no? Actually, yun din ang tanong eh.
Sa
no?
Inyares eh, di ba?
May mga katanungan na bakit ganon, di ba? Previously pa, mga
Bakit ganon?
last conference pa, last season pa, and then itong start ng season natin, no, na may mga players na nasaktan. No? So,
Akin namang nagkakataon lang naman talaga. Di
Oo
ba?
nga,
Alam
hindi
naman.
natin alam. Di ba, Riz?
We can ask, we'll be interviewing Kevin Alas later
Oy,
on.
oo nga,
But
tama.
this is in no disrespect to the management of
Yes,
Inares
of
Center.
course,
We
siyempre.
love playing in
Oo
Antipolo.
naman, oo.
They're very warm to us,
Yes.
to
Alam mo
the
na,
PBA.
Mga tiga-antipolo, ano sa basketball yan.
But we can get an insight from the players kasi sila yung nakaka-experience nito first hand. Okay.
Tama. And then, ayun, si Abu Tratter already showed up sa game ng Converge. Pero hindi pa siya naglaro. He just signed a contract. I believe it was a 3-year or 2-year deal. Hindi lang ako sure about that. But anyway, hindi pa siya nag-practice sa team dahil nga kakabalik niya lang nung, I think, Tuesday. So within the next few days, tsaka pa lang siya magpa-practice. Although no guarantee na makakalaro na siya sa next game ng Converge.
Abu.
And then, yan, Isaac Go and si Ed Dakiwag na injured nga. I think si Isaac Go will undergo surgery next week sa ACL niya. So, out na yan for the season.
Parang tatlong ano yata, ACL, MCL, nagsabay-sabay yata yun no?
And siyempre, hagip din yung stint niya sa Gilas eh. Alam naman natin, nasa national training pool yan ng Gilas, so maapektuhan din yan. Ed Dakiwag, I think, nakast na yung...
Yan, no?
Nakast na, nakast na yung, ano ba, right leg niya. Ayan.
Actually, korte, iba eh.
Dinig na dinig mo yung sigaw ni Ed Dakiwag inside the Coliseum. Ibig sabihin, ganun kasakit. Ganun kasakit yung
Nakita ko yung video mo, yung dinalabas siya sa...
Yan, nilalabas siya sa... Actually, kung nakita yung pag-land niya sa ankle niya, na-twist eh.
Napabaligtad.
Oo, napabaligtad.
Hindi yung normal na papasok yung paa, ito palabas.
Oo, ganun ang nangyari.
Get well.
Get well.
But I think he was already
injured.
Will he be able to come back or out for the season?
Baka out for the conference lang.
Conference.
Si Ed Dakiwag.
Out for the conference lang. So,
babalik yan, bata
oo
pa
nga,
yun.
So hopefully, by the next conference, makita na natin ulit siya.
Kakaiba na ngayon ang yung science pagdating sa
recovery.
Mabilis na.
Iba na.
Yes,
Sila Dr. Canlas, iba na ang mga nila.
True.
And on a lighter note,
Yan?
si L.A. Tenorio played his 700 game. Consecutive, Consecutive.
Iron Man.
Oo, at 37
Grabe.
years old. Ayan, kaya binigyan siya ng recognition nila Commissioner Willie Marshall
700.
during the halftime ng Blackwater and Magnolia Games sa Inares pa rin. Oo, may plaque na special plaque na binigay sa kanya.
Grabe.
Ayan, may bola sa gitna eh.
Aba?
Maganda yung plaque na in-award ng PBA sa kanya. And siyempre, Marshall Lassiter naman joined the 1,000 3-point club ng PBA. Second fastest siya to achieve the mark after Alan Kaidik. Medyo konting games lang eh. Si Alan Kaidik achieved his 1,000 3-pointer on his 429th game.
Okay.
Si Marshall Lassiter on his 434th.
Wow.
So 5 games
Faster,
lang yung diferensya, no?
Okay.
Anyway, congrats Marshall Lassiter. Meron ding binigyan din siya ng plaque kagabi nung halftime naman ng Magnolia versus San Miguel game. Ito pa isang award, si Jamie Malonzo, first PBA Press Corps Player of the Week nung initial week ng season 46 ng PBA dahil magandang pinakita ni Jamie Malonzo. Double-double in the first 2 games ng Northport. Unfortunately nga lang, natalo sila against Magnolia last Wednesday for Magnolia's first win of the season. And ito, games mamaya. Sa Inares Center pa rin, Riz and Abac. First game, Blackwater versus Northport. At I think 5:15 p.m. yan. And yung second game, ito Meralco versus TNT. Tropang Giga. Meralco wala pang talo, 2-0. And TNT, coming of a loss against NLEX. Nung unang game ni team manager Jojo Lastimosa with TNT. Yun muna ang update natin sa PBA.
PBA Press Corps. Don't forget about it, of course.
June 21, Tuesday. Yes, 7 p.m. sa Novotel, Manila, Araneta Center. Kita-kita tayo. major award. Yung Virilio Baby Dalupan Coach of the Year. Yan. Ang naglalaban, TNT coach team coach Chot Reyes and Barangay Ginebra counterpart Team Cone. Si Riza Diaz,
Yan.
Uy,
ang host natin doon.
invited po kayo lahat.
Punta
Mura
po
lang
kayo
ang
doon.
entrance fee.
Dapat niyo si Jerry, pagdating niyo po doon. Buffet ba?
Ha?
Ay,
Secret.
Drink all you can. Murang-mura.
Saya.
Murang-mura.
O, eto na. We're going to take a break. When we come back, hopefully Kevin Alas will be able
Oy,
to
oo
join us.
naman.
At
Kevin,
syempre,
ha?
ang iba pa nating bisita.
Mukhang madami, ha?
Kaya wag po kayong aalis. Magkabalik po ang The Chasedown.
Chasedown.
Be back. We are back. Welcome to The Chasedown. Jerry Ramos, Abak Cordero, and myself, Riza Diaz, joining you this afternoon. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pagtutok. Sana nag-enjoy kayo as much as we are.
naman.
And we are going to have another guest.
Oo, meron.
Yeah.
Pakikilala sa atin ni Abak ang ating bisita.
Sige, pakilala natin to. Ito, idol natin lahat to.
Oo
pare.
naman.
Diba? He is a very good young man. Ano?
Yes.
Guard siya ng... kaso to, mas una natin na kaibigan ng tatay kaysa sa kanya. Ano? Kasi paborito rin natin kasama. Anyway, he's a guard from with the NLEX Road Warriors, 2015 PBA Commissioners Cup champion, 2021 Sportsmanship Award winner, 2013 SEA Games gold medalist, 2014 PBA D-League MVP, and two-time PBA D-League champion. Grabe, ha? Ito, kaibigan natin lahat. Idol, Kevin Alas.
Yan.
Hi, Kevin!
Kebs, saan ka?
Hi, good afternoon. Nasa bahay lang.
Ayun, nandun
Ay,
pala si Kebs.
Magandang hapon, Sir Abak, Sir Jerry, Sir Waylon, tsaka si Ms. Riza.
Wow,
Magandang hapon.
grabe man. Grabe na sa Miss Riza. How are you, Kevin?
Okay lang, nagpapahinga lang ngayon sa bahay.
Galing ng practice?
Ano, actually off kami ngayon. Nanggaling sa chemo ni Selena kanina sa Makati Med.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you mentioned that already. You know, Selena's a dear friend of mine, of ours here. How is everything with your wife?
So far, we thank the Lord kasi maganda naman yung improvement ng niya. I think we're on the clearing cycle na. So parang last 2 chemo cycles lang si Selena. So we're praying na by end of this month or siguro early first week ng July tapos na kami. So of course, nagpapasalamat kami sa lahat na nagdadasal para sa amin. Then syempre kayo rin, pati yung buong PBA family rin because yun na nga, of course, hindi madali yung pinagdaanan namin, but yun na nga, of course, awa ng Diyos, yun naman, talagang ginaguide kami ng Panginoon.
I
Very
know.
good.
It's been a it's been a very challenging year for your for your household, 'di ba? We know what happened in this past few months, tapos patuloy yung hamon ngayon, but you guys are remaining to be strong, and I know that these circumstances gonna put you even closer together and come out stronger as you are before. Okay, let's talk a little more basketball now, but send my love, please, to your wife.
Will do.
Yung ilong mo, mukhang okay naman. Parang kahapon nakamask eh.
Oo nga, oo.
Okay na? Hindi na?
Actually, no, kaya medyo malayo yung camera ko para hindi masyado makita yung ilong ko eh. Kasi may sugat dito yan.
Oo,
Tsaka
may
medyo
tama eh, no? May tama, di ba?
So, ayun naman, sabi ni Doc Anlas, actually, dapat 2 weeks without contact eh. But sabi niya, with a good mask naman, sabi niya, sige, pwede na yan, sabi niya.
Social distancing, ha?
Oo nga, oo.
Oo. Tsaka pag yung loose ball, medyo iwas-iwas na lang sa loose ball.
Oo.
Naku, kaya mo ba yun? Eh, ikaw pa naman, kung nasan yung bola, nandun ka rin.
Oo nga eh.
Well, as much naman kayang iwasan. Pero syempre, at the same time, gusto ko rin naman makatulong sa team namin. Especially, we got the victory the other day. So, galing kami sa talo prior to that. So, I just felt na parang baka makatulong pag nandun ako.
Ang ganda nung huli nilang panalo,
Oo
no,
naman,
Jerry?
tama. Oh. Si Kevin, for 3 straight free throws, Kevin, na-miss mo yung isa eh. No? And then, si Don Troliano.
Don Troliano.
Si Don Kobe
Yan.
Troliano.
Pwede rin Jordan Clarkson.
Jordan Clarkson.
Ay, pitira na yun.
Abag has more questions.
Yes, ako. Idol, guest namin kanina si Coach Jolas.
Oo nga.
Alam natin, matagal din kayo nagsama sa NLEX yan. Pero ngayon, lumipat na siya sa kabilang
Pugad.
bahay.
Pugad.
Meron ka bang ma-share sa amin na your favorite moments with Jolas? Or another question is, ano ang natutunan mo kay Coach Jolas? Ano ang na-impart ni Coach Jolas sa'yo as a player?
With Coach Jolas naman, of course, very grateful ako sa naging samahan namin eh. Kasi yun na nga, I think we've been together since 2015. So 7 years na rin. 7-8 years. So yun naman, ang dami namin memories together. And yun na nga, and I must admit, parang may mga, of course, along the years, may mga disagreements kami. Siyempre, Coach Jolas is a person na siyempre, one of the 25 greatest sa PBA eh. So, of course, lahat naman kami, we value his inputs, his thoughts, his opinions. And of course, at the same time, parang may mga nagiging disagreements naman eh. But I just remembered, nung last day niya sa amin, nagpaalam siya. Of course, nagpasalamat ako sa kanya sa time namin together. And at the same time, nag-sorry ako, sabi ko, sa mga disagreements namin through the years. But ang ganda na sinabi niya sa akin na parang sabi niya, parang don't worry about it, I understand, parang naging player din ako. So, I think that's what's good about our relationship dati na talagang kahit meron man naging disagreements through the years, talagang sabi niya, walang personal doon kasi alam naman na it's trabaho lang eh. Talagang, yun na nga, tinutulungan lang, gusto niya lang din makatulong at the end of the day.
Very good.
Okay.
Jerry?
Ako na ba? Okay. Kebs, pag-usapan natin muna yung pagkakapanalo mo nung Leo's Award ng Sportsmanship, no? Sportsmanship Award. Ano bang sa'yo nun? Anong personal na dating sa'yo nun?
Of course, very happy ako kasi blessing yan from God eh. But yung sa akin naman, of course, hindi naman ito yung award na parang you have to, kumbaga, you have to work hard the whole year. You don't have to produce these stats para manalo sa award na to eh. Yun nga, very grateful ako sa award na to kasi it's something na talagang siguro it shows the character na yun na nga. Kasi syempre pagdating sa game, talagang there are times na talagang sometimes hindi mo magugustuhan yung tawag ng referee, sometimes hindi mo magugustuhan yung natamaan ka ng kalaban mo. I guess it's just you have to have the discipline na nga para hindi magreklamo, the discipline na hindi makipag-away. Kasi at the end of the day, syempre gusto ko rin na yun na nga, mapakita sa mga aspiring basketball players saka sa mga bata na kumbaga ano ba yung true sportsmanship dapat na yun na nga talagang at the end of the day it's just a game, talagang masasaktan ka, talagang ang referee naman talagang at the end of the day di mo yung tawag nila they won't be perfect as much as we're not perfect, talagang kami nga nagkakamali, coaches na nagkakamali, what more the referees na mas mahirap yung trabaho nila because they're looking at the split second action eh kumbaga and hindi rin madali yun kumbaga sabi ko nga sa referee minsan pag siyempre, I'll admit, paminsan naman na nagre-reklamo ako, but at the end of the day, parang pag na-realize ko na, shucks, tao lang din itong mga to. So, magsasorry ako, sabi ko, sorry ref, na ganito. So, alam ko naman, nagkakamali tayo. And the good thing with the referees naman na, kumbaga, merong open communication na parang, magsasorry din sila, we'll review it. Pag nakita naman nila na nagkamali sila, they're quick to admit their faults naman. Sabi nila, sige, next time daw, titignan daw ulit nila.
Ano ba, Kebs, hindi ka nagiging conscious ngayon?
Oo nga eh.
Oo, naiisip mo bigla. Oo nga pala.
Ako panalo ko ng sportsmanship.
Peace.
Of course, di naman nagiging conscious pero as I've said kanina, parang Sir Jerry na kailangan meron talagang disiplina eh. Kasi talagang darating yung panahon sa game na talagang sometimes parang hindi mo magugustuhan yung tawag. Sometimes may sitwasyon na may screen na hindi mo nakita, masasaktan ka, gusto mong magalit. So yun na nga, dapat talaga may disiplina lang eh. At the end of the day, you have to remind yourself na maraming batang nanonood.
Correct.
Gusto mo bang tutularan ka ng bata na nakikipag-away ka? Gusto mo tutularan ka ng bata na nagre-reklamo ka sa referee? So something like that, Sir Jerry.
Correct.
Actually, isang proof ng ni Kevin, sabi nga ni Coach Sheng, Kebs, nung last game yun, naligo ka raw ng mura sa kanya. Diba? Pero yung calmness ni Kevin sa game, sa bench, andun pa rin despite yung whatever coaching told him.
Well, I guess, it comes with maturity also. I mean, let's face it, siguro nag-start si Kevin Alas, he didn't have that kind of maturity. Pero ngayon, you know better, di ba?
Siguro yun na nga rin. Siguro it's part of familiarity na rin with coaching kasi nga since 2016 yata, 2017, magkasama na kami ni coaching eh. So, at the same time, pag nakakasama mo naman siya, maiintindihan mo na parang kay coaching naman, nothing's personal with him eh. Napakabait na tao niya sa labas ng court eh. Siyempre, pagdating sa loob ng court talagang, if makita niya mali, maririnig mo talaga. So, ako naman siguro, through the years naman, alam ko naman na pag napapagalitan, namumura ni coaching, talagang sa game lang yun, pagdating sa labas ng court, pagbibiroan pa kayo, magkukwentuhan pa kayo.
Nice.
Okay.
Waylon has more questions
Andyan.
for Kevin. He's joining us via Zoom
Andyan
as well.
si Inday Garutay pa. Oo.
Kevin, dinig mo ako.
Nasungit ako yung damit, talo yata yan.
Kaya
Kaya
nga
nga
eh.
nagluluksa ako eh.
Inasar pa lalo.
Oo eh.
Ay, hindi, akala ko Boston pala yan. Ay, Waylon.
Galing ka sa madaming injuries, ACL.
Uy. Oo.
Tapos may tama yung ilong mo.
Uy.
Sa paos ba? Meron kang advice, paos?
Ano lang yan, baka sa labat lang kailangan dyan. Sa labat.
Okay. Hindi, Kevin, biro lang. Ito, Father's Day tomorrow, brother. Alam naman natin lahat, very, very close ka sa coach na paborito namin, Coach Louie.
Magka-boses kayo ngayon.
Ano bang regalo mo sa amin, Coach Louie?
Talaga ka. Ikaw pala regaluhan.
Hindi, anong special na gawin niyo tomorrow?
To be honest, kasi si Selena nga, sabi ko, nasa chemo week kami ngayon eh. So, as much as possible, yun na nga, immunocompromised si Selena. So, hindi ako makakalabas eh. But si Dad kasi, pupunta sila ni Mom, tsaka nung kapatid ko si Kiefer sa province eh. So, I think doon sila mag-suspend ng, ng Father's Day. I think Monday pa sila babalik eh. So, but of course, alam naman ng dad ko na love ko siya eh. Kasi every time naman, magkausap kami nun.
Pero Kev, yung relationship niyo ni Coach Louie, as a coach, as a father, grabe, it days back, literal days mo pa eh, literal days niya. Yung kumbaga napanood ng marami kung paano kayo father and son. Pwede mo bang balikan yung mga samahan ninyo? Meron tayong mga magtatay ngayon, nasa basketball din. Pwede mong balikan, kwentuhan mo kami about Coach Louie, nasa father, nasa coach din.
Siguro growing up kasi nga naging coach ko rin siya sa college. Siguro before may isip ko parang kahit naman si Dad sa aminin niya, siya yung biggest critic ko eh sa career ko eh. Kasi yun naman, sometimes nung college ako, parang hindi ko nare-realize, parang lahat na lang nakikita ng dad ko is puro mali. Parang pag may gagawin akong tama, parang ganun, parang hindi masyadong i-credit or hindi masyadong bibigyan ng praise. Pag yung mali ko, parang ang haba ng usapan namin eh. But of course, ngayon, at this point in our lives, parang nare-realize ko na parang it's magandang kinalabasan kasi alam ko naman na yun ang gusto lang naman ng dad ko sa akin is maging successful ako, is maging mabuting tao, is yun na nga, mas maging malapit sa Diyos. So, ayun naman, siguro, meron pang time na dumating nun, I don't remember if it's my sophomore year ko sa college, na talagang sunod-sunod na games, medyo masasama nila ko. Talagang umiiyak na ako kasi lagi ako napapagalitan. And then, of course, nadadala namin yung, kumbaga, yung nangyayari sa court pagdating sa bahay, hindi masyado nag-uusap. Of course, parang naisip din namin yun na parang na-apekto na din yung relationship. Yung kumbaga yung father-son relationship namin eh. So, of course, through the years talagang mahirap at the start. Pero yun nga, as I've said, nung panahon ngayon, talagang marirealize ko na parang sometimes pag pinapagalitan ka, mas maging masaya ka pa kasi pag hindi ka na pinapagalitan ng coach mo or ng tatay mo, ibig sabihin, hindi ka na mahal yan, hindi ka na gusto mag-improve niyan.
Ngayon ba ganun pa rin kayo? Kini-criticize ka pa rin niya?
I guess medyo nag-taper down na, medyo hindi na masyado. Pero every game naman, pa rin, as in every game, meron text sa akin yan or tatawag yan, may pointers pa rin sa akin yan to improve on. And then, of course, alam ko naman na siguro by now, alam ko naman na talagang gusto lang ng dad ko mas mag-improve pa ako.
Kaya hindi ka na pinapagalitan masyado. Siyempre, may regalo si Dad. Tapos sama mo na kami. Chasedown.
Oo.
Father's Day.
Yung kaldereta ni
Sige,
Coach.
sige. Ano ba gusto mo, Sir Raylan?
Tanong mo si Abak, kaldereta sabi.
Ay, makagaling magluto si Papa ng kaldereta.
Ayan, speaking of kaldereta, ano paborito mo man linuluto ni Erpat?
Ayun, kaldereta kasi specialty niya yun eh. Kaldereta kasi natutunan niya pa yun sa lola namin eh. So, naman, sa bahay namin, it's nagluluto talaga everyday si Papa eh.
Sarap, ano?
Reese?
Nice, nice. Nakakagutom eh, yung mga ganyang usapan. And we miss... Pero makikibalita na rin kami sa iyo, Kevin, at this point with Coach Louie. How is he? You know, every so often I see him on social media. Pero kamusta?
Yun, my dad's doing well naman. He's been watching my games. Not regularly, pero pag yung, for example, game namin sa Araneta and sa MOA, lagi nanonood yun kasama yung kapatid kong si Kiefer. And speaking of Kiefer, siya yung, kumbaga, yung focus ng dad ko ngayon eh.
Yan.
Kung ano yung ginagawa ng dad ko before sa akin, saka kay Kuya Junjun, saka kay Kenneth, ganun yung ginagawa niya kay Kiefer ngayon. Talagang ang daming, kumbaga, mga tournaments ngayon na pinapalaro niya si Kiefer. Siguro, yun nga, gusto niya rin mag-improve din yung kapatid ko.
Siyempre.
All right. Well, we don't want to take so much of your time because we know that you are so dedicated to taking care of Selena.
Oo naman.
You wanna say thank you to anyone? Nanalo ka ng Sportsmanship Award, you know, just very recently. Thank the fans and invite them to the games.
Of course, Diyos tayo nagpapasalamat na sa lahat ng bagay na meron ako. And then, of course, nagpapasalamat ako sa, yun na nga, first, sa kala Commissioner Willie Marshall, sa co-players ko, of course, sa inyo, sa mga media friends. Yun na nga, of course, yung PBA Leo Sportsmanship Award, of course, I'm very, very happy receiving that award. It's something na, yun na nga, parang I'd be happy receiving it because yun na nga, it's an award na you don't have to, kumbaga, produce stats. So maraming salamat po sa inyo. And then also, nagpapasalamat din ako sa supporters ng PBA, pati na rin po ng ating mga national team, Gilas fans po natin. Sana po, tuloy-tuloy natin supportahan yung PBA tsaka yung Gilas po. And of course, yung NLEX fans po, maraming salamat po sa suporta nyo. And yun na nga po, magkita-kita po tayo sa games. May mga upcoming games po tayo sa this Wednesday against Barangay Ginebra po sa Mall of Asia Arena. So yan, maraming salamat po.
Ang ganda niyan, yung
Idol.
upcoming game ng NLEX Road Warriors. Thank you, Kevin, as always, for being so generous to us with your time and send all our love to the whole family, to your mom and to your dad, to your brothers, and of course to your wife. Thank you. We'll see you in the games.
Bye, Kev.
Thank you so much, Sir Jerry, Sir Abak, Friza, and Waylon. Maraming salamat.
That's Kevin Alas of the NLEX Road Warriors, one of our, our best guy, like our favorite guy. And ang galing lang din, di ba, how inspiring Kevin has been when it comes to bouncing off injuries. Di ba, yung mga ganong storya. And now, displaying more than just being talented as a basketball player and how dedicated he is as a husband.
Yes.
Di ba,
Hirap
his
yun,
priorities. Di ba, makes you feel so inspired.
Admire him. Yeah.
And definitely admire him. We're going to take a break. Pagbalik natin, maglalakwatsa tayo, kaya huwag kayong magpapaiwan. Magbabalik ang The
Chasedown.
Chasedown. Chasedown. Garen Elorde, our Lakwatcher, is joining us.
Hi guys,
What's up,
hello mga
Garen?
chasers. Good afternoon.
Kamusta?
Okay naman. Ito, as you can see, naka-black din ako. Parang si Sir Waylon.
Ay.
Siya talaga.
Medyo malungkot talaga itong araw na to. Pero, yun nga, moving on, itong week na to, may tinry na naman tayong different sports.
Yan,
So
wow.
dati kung nag-fencing tayo, water polo, ngayon naman, nag-handball tayo. At nakausap natin ang team captain ng Philippine handball team na si Maki Valdez. So, panoorin nyo to.
Maki.
Kasama natin ang isa sa mga pioneer ng Philippine handball. Ang team captain nila kasama natin ngayon si Sir Maki Valdez.
Hi, Karen. Thanks for having me.
Kamusta Ma? Kamusta ang pakiramdam na nakabag tayo ng silver sa SEA Games neto sa Hanoi?
Napakalaking honor and privilege para sa bansa. Especially since nare-represent namin sila and we're a very young sport. And I think we're only in our 5th year since we started the sport in the Philippines and started competing on behalf of our flag and country. And yun, nag-silver na sa 2nd SEA Games pa lang namin. Yung history kasi ng beach handball, nag-start yan sa women's team muna. Sila yung sinimulan. Wala pang men's noon. College pa lang ako noon. Pero nagkakaano na, parang inter-college tournaments ng indoor version. And then eventually, nung natapos yung women's beach handball, naisipan nung co-founder, si Coach Joanna Frankeli, ng sport dito, siya din yung national team coach na mag-start naman ng men's beach handball. And she called up all those college recruits or athletes na nag-play ng indoor. And isa ako doon. And pina-tryout niya ako noong 2017. And eventually, we started competing. Southeast Asian Beach Handball Championships, Asian Championships, Asian World Asian Beach Games, etc. And tuloy-tuloy na. In 2019, yung very first SEA Games namin, home court pa natin, so we brought home the bronze. And yun, expectations were really high kasi ang dami pang sumasali na teams from Southeast Asia, Singapore, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, sila palagi yung number 1 and 2. Kami yung 3rd. Pero maraming sumasali, madali makahabol sa sport na to eh. Pero yun nga, the pandemic hit, so we had to adjust. Puro online trainings, individual strength and conditioning programs muna. And it paid dividends naman when we actually got to compete.
So in terms of the sport, no, yung handball nga, parang napansin ko rin, like you being the captain, parang you played basketball before playing handball, tama? And then
Tama.
I also see na parang you've recruited other players from different sports. Ano ba yung parang hinahanap nyo? Ano ba yung parang key element to be part of the handball team?
Well, for one, kailangan maganda yung hand-eye coordination mo. There's a lot of catching, throwing. You must be a team player. Attitude talaga more than talent kami. And then third, makakatulong na pag matangkad ka. Pero as you know, sa team namin, di naman kami pinakamatangkad, but we always compete because we're also smart players. So matalino, good hand-eye coordination, bonus na rin yung being athletic and tall. But yeah, the right attitude. Pag wala kang right attitude, tatagal sa team.
Coming into the SEA Games nga nito sa Hanoi, Vietnam, what were you guys expecting? May pressure ba na you guys got bronze from the last SEA Games? In-expect nyo ba na mag-silver kayo or mag-gold this last one?
Of course, we always aim for gold, but silver is a very good barometer on where we actually landed. Kasi Thailand, as mentioned, mas matagal ang program nila sa amin. Vietnam din, 10 plus years na sila magkakasama. And kami, 5 years pa lang. So, the fact na nag-silver kami, it was a surprise but a pleasant one. And based on the trainings we had, bubbles in Zambales, nagkulong talaga kami doon sa Zambales para lang mag-training twice a day, thrice a day. Di naman kami super surprised na nag-silver. Naswerte lang din na we stayed healthy enough to compete at a very high level. And yun, we got what we deserve.
Yeah, so yung ibang mga athletes natin sa iba't ibang sport, I mean, hindi naman nila ginawang excuse, but one of the biggest problems, kasi nga nung pandemic, hindi sila makatraining na maayos. Pero kayo, paano yung nagagawa rin na individual training at home? Team sport to. Ano yung mga pinalakas nyo or pinalakas nyo by yourself? Tapos nung pagdating sa Zambales, ano yung mas fine-tune nyo?
So syempre, strength and conditioning. Kasi ang strength and conditioning, shout out to Coach Mark Vincent Dobuze of Dobuze Performance. Siya yung nag-track ng status namin, nagpi-pre-test, mid-test, post-test kami sa fitness. Kasi pagdating ng competition, bugbugan na talaga yan eh. Laro everyday. And the healthier teams really will win most of the time, 9 times out of 10. And syempre sa training camp pa lang, isipin mo 3 times a day ka nagte-training. Bugbog talaga katawan mo nun. Rain or shine yun, ha? Umulan, umaraw, mahangin, lalaro kami. So kailangan talaga ng resistensya, mga tuhod nyo, siko nyo, malakas. So yun yung wino-work on namin during the pandemic. And of course, may game analysis and film review of our previous matches and yung mga matches ng mga kakalabanin namin. We also got some strategies from other European teams na world-class na parang, parang okay to gawin. Ganyan. And we tweaked it in our own Philippine version.
Well, it looks like the Philippine national team ng handball is in good hands, no? Lalo na with you in the wheel. And kita naman natin na lahat ng teammates mo rin, I mean, they're doing their part, even after the competition, before the competition. So what's next for you guys? May competitions ba tayo upcoming?
Yeah, so the next SEA Games is on 2023 in Cambodia. Unfortunately, Cambodia will not be fielding beach handball as a sport. Kasi, as you know, hosts can determine which sports to include or not, and wala pa silang team. That may change, but we doubt it. So what's next for us is, of course, to stay in shape. We have a Korean Invitational tournament later on this year. And we also have a Southeast Asian Handball Federation hosted by Thailand later on this year as well. So may dalawa pa kami international competitions na sana bigyan ng budget para makaparticipate kami. And then for 2023, baka may Asian Games, Asian Beach Games. Unclear pa siya as of now, but yeah, we're gonna compete and participate in every tournament that we can, given the support. Bago tayo umalis at iwan natin yung ating audience, gusto ko lang nila makita yung isang move ng beach handball na kaya mo dapat gawin since may basketball background ka.
Ano ba yan?
It's called the 360 Challenge.
Ako.
Okay.
Mahihiluhin ako. Baka mahilo ako dyan.
Kaya mo yan. Nakalaro na kita dati. So, basically, mag-360 spin ka lang.
Both of your feet land both sabay.
Yes. Bawal alternate.
Okay. Sige. Bakit may 360 shot?
Kasi it's called a trick shot. So, ang trick shot sa beach handball, it's worth 2 points. There are 2 types of trick shots. It's 360 or an alley-oop. So if you don't have anyone to pass it to you, of course, you have to spin. And as a defender, hindi naman ipapasa sa amin yan. So pag nanakaw ko, kailangan ko umikot.
Okay guys, nandito tayo ngayon sa isang football field kung saan itatry ko i-simulate ang challenge na binigay ni Maki na gawin ang 360 shot na parang ginagawa niya sa handball. So, ayan, may makakasama tayo ngayon na mag-goalie for us na dating Sunbedder Red Lion. So, let's go! Okay, so there you have it guys, na-try na natin yung sport na handball at nagawa ko yung 360 shot na challenge ni Maki. Nagawa ko 3 times at na-shoot ko, di ba Mick?
Yeah.
But kung kaya ko, mas kaya nyo, kaya kita-kits sa susunod natin ha?
Laki nung goalie mo.
Okay, shout out pala kay Gab at Mickey. Thank you for joining me.
Alam ko si Mutaw to.
Pwede.
But that's interesting. You know, there's so many sports, di ba, na pwedeng mag-participate yung mga Pilipinong katulad natin. But ikaw, nakita mo sila, nakausap mo somehow their team captain. Anong basa mo sa composition ng team? Kailangan natin should definitely mag-improve. Anong mga...
Yeah, well, actually, yun nga sabi ni Maki sa akin, from their first SEA Games appearance, naka-bronze na sila. Tapos itong last one, naka-silver.
Ba?
So maganda yung potential talaga. Tsaka yung pag-recruit ng players nila, they get players from different sports. May basketball, may track, may football. So kung may dati ka ng sport, mas maganda, mas may advantage. So mas maganda nga yung ganun, di ba? Parang Avengers yung ginagawa nila.
Okay.
And in Southeast Asia, meron tayong mga pwedeng sundan na yapak. Katulad na lang ng nasabi, di ba, Thailand and Indonesia?
Yun. And also, yun nga, they get trainers or mga programs abroad na ina-apply nila sa team natin dito, which is good.
Nice,
So,
nice,
yun.
nice. Garen, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
taking us with you. And that lakwacha, we're going to take a break. Pagbalik, you know who's
Yan.
joining us?
Sino? Uy.
Benji Perez will be on the show. Kaya wag
kilala
po
ko yan.
kayong aalis. Magbabalik po ang The Chasedown. Welcome back to the Chasedown, and we are so excited to have him on the show.
Ito na.
Kaya ipakikilala na natin.
Yan, no?
You know, he doesn't need further introduction, but just to give you a recap of what this, this gentleman has achieved in his basketball career, ito po yung ilan sa mga yon. Kasi
Sige
masyadong mahaba to mention.
Oo.
He has won PBA championship 4 times. 2 beses nag-MVP. Siya lang din naman yung nag-iisang nag-Rookie of the Year and
Yes.
MVP on the same year.
Yes.
Up until this very date, wala pa nakakagawa niyan.
Mahirap yan.
He's also been awarded as a PBA Comeback Player of the Year, Hall of Famer, awarded as one of the greatest players to ever
Yes.
play in the PBA. We have with us Mr. Benji Perez. Hi,
Yan.
Benji!
Yan, no?
Good afternoon! Kamusta?
Hi, kamusta kayong lahat dyan? And thank you. Natuloy din yung... natuloy din to. Guesting dito sa Chasedown.
Oo nga kaso lang Zoom. Pero thank you. Kasi alam namin, kind of last minute. But you're
Yes.
very accommodating to us.
Yes.
How's everything? How's the family? How are the boys?
Yan.
How's the missus?
The big ones, they're doing okay. The little ones, they're doing worse.
Ilang taon na yung mga
okay.
bunso mo, Benj?
Now I have 13, 11, 2 boys, and then my youngest girl, 5 years old.
Sarap.
So, ayun, andun lahat. Dun sa 5-year-old girl ko, andun lahat yung combination of everyone.
Wow. That should be, she should be a very, kumbaga, interesting young lady. You see yourself in her? You see the boys in her, but you see yourself in her?
I really hope not.
Ay, okay, pag-usapan muna natin ang mga bagay-bagay. Jerry has questions for you.
Yan, Papa Bear.
Yan.
Kumusta ka na?
Yes.
Yan, oh.
Luman-luma. Okay, go.
Papa Bear, hindi. Eto, dahil Father's Day bukas naman,
Yan.
pag-usapan natin yung isa sa mga anak mo,
Yan.
si Kobe. Kobe Perez, na alam natin naglalaro dyan sa Japan B-League. Any updates ba sa kanya for the coming season ng B-League?
As of now, they're in negotiation and with his agent, and he's going to definitely transfer to another team.
Okay.
So as of now, yun lang yung that's the only information I can give you.
Okay.
So kasi they wanted to do it themselves. Parang they wanted to be the one to first give the news where he's going to play.
Andito ba si Kobe o nasa Japan?
Andito ngayon,
Andito.
bakasyon, pero bakasyon and training pa rin. So, ganun talaga yung athlete.
Oo. Tuloy-tuloy, no? Kailangan.
Hindi pwede yung bakasyon lang. So, you need to be in shape most of the time.
About naman, Gilas stint niya, any updates po ba?
Well, yung last time na Gilas played nitong SEA Games, yun nga yung nangyari. They told, parang they made the news na he wanted to play. Yes, he wanted to play, pero nobody reached out to him. So nagtataka nga siya. So sabi ko nga, Kobe, sabi ko lalaro ka pala. Hindi mo sinabi sa akin, nandito, nilabas nila. So sabi niya, Dad, wala naman nag-reach out sa akin. So I'm willing to play. I love to play for Gilas and for the Philippines. Also, makauwi ako dyan. So wala naman nag-reach out sa kanya. So yun lang. And I don't know why. Hindi wala rin akong sagot. Wala rin nag-reach out sa akin.
Pero it's always...
And if ever na merong opportunity na they wanted him to play, Diyan sa galing And every time na may laro ang Gilas or Philippine team, lumalabas yung laro niya.
Yeah. Magandang balita yan para sa national team natin.
Kobe Perez pa rin yan.
Yes. Papa Bear, si Waylon Galvez, sasamahan din tayo sa Zoom, via Zoom, and magtatanong siya sa'yo. Diyan na ba si Waylon? Waylon?
Kung may
Papa
boses
Bear,
pa.
si Inday Garuta ito.
Ayan na.
Ay, magandang hapon. Hindi na nila kilala yon.
Oo nga, Papa Bear.
Tanong natin si Riza. Riza, kilala mo si Inday.
Inday Garutay.
Who that?
Yun si.
Sabi naman.
Just lang. Go away
Ito
lang.
si Papa Bear. Paborito natin yan, yung cool ka lang
Uy. Grabe. Luma naman.
Ay, wait, may singit ko lang. Papa Bear, pinapalabas namin yan dito sa TV5 Yung kay Daking Fernando po, yung kayo, lumabas kayo sa mga taxi, nakipagbubugan kayo.
Isang tsuper.
Yun,
Isang tsuper ng taxi.
ang galing mo doon.
Alam mo bang may story yun?
Oh, what? Anong nangyari?
I was still a student in UP, AIT,
Oh.
sa tourism. And then, short lang, sorry.
Sige, maganda yan.
Meron kaming hotel doon sa UP, yung tourism, AIT. Nag-shooting si The King, FPJ doon.
Wow.
And before that, nag-meet na kami. Pinuntahan ko siya ron, tapos sinarang ako ng bodyguard. Sabi, hindi pwede, may shooting. Hindi, kilala ko yan. Sabi ko, sir, si Benji. Tapos pinapasok ako. And then sabi ko, sir, alam nyo, gustong-gusto ko sana makasama sa movie nyo. And he was doing that movie. Ang sabi niya, oo nga, sige, di bale, huwag kang mag-alala. Meron akong naisip kagad.
Wow,
may ko-contact sa'yo. Tapos yun na yun, naisip niya pala, is the whole PBA players pumunta ron at mag-guest.
Ang ganda ng nila dun ng kumbaga cameo nila dun di ba?
Bandang huli na yun, no? Yung tutulungan nila si, di ba?
Yung parang sinalakay nila yung nagbabaan yung mga driver.
Junk,
Parang junk shop na.
Junk shop na.
Papa Bear, gusto rin namin makasama sa pelikula
Diyan
mo.
nga si Waylon, may dreams yan
Oo.
Naman, Papa Bear.
Marami tayong concept dyan.
Si Waylong, kahit
Hindi
siya
ba,
magbayad, isama mo lang.
Sige, tuloy na natin yung show. Napunta sa iba eh.
Hindi, Papa Bear, yung isa mo pang anak, si Andre. Recently,
Yes,
na-announce na hinto mo ng paglalaro. When he consulted you, ano bang naipayo mo sa kanya about his playing career?
Okay, brief background
Sige.
kay Andre, no? He started playing when he was in high school for the NCAA, for Lasal, together with Kobe. And he's doing well. And then nung nag-college na siya, he decided to transfer to UP. Okay? And at that time, medyo magulo yung well, hindi naman ako naiyan sabihin, magulo yung UP during that time. Especially the one who's handling them and the staff. He decided to transfer to San Beda. And at that time, I was part of the coaching staff of San Beda with
Coach
Ronnie
Ronnie.
Magsano.
Yes.
No? The 2012 and then 2013, he decided to give his seat to Boyet Fernandez. And then naiwan pa rin ako. So sabi ko, sige, I'm still here. So maalagaan kita. So of course, residency. And then during that time, medyo na-realize niya na parang nahirapan siya kasi he's into showbiz also at that time. Tapos sabi nga niya parang hindi rin ako masyadong magagamit and I'm not going to be as good as Kobe. So I will give basketball to Kobe. And I'll continue my show career. So anyway, he did. And he did okay in showbiz. Hosting,
Tama.
acting, even rapping.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Okay. So, ngayon, pero every time na, of course, he's into showbiz, pero nakikita ko pa rin na he's really interested in basketball. If there's a parang opportunity that he's going to have a tune-up game, he will attend no matter who will he play against with. Okay? So nakikita ko. And then there was this time na his former coach, Mark Herrera in Batangilas, asked him if he can play for his team in D-League. So, nag-consult siya. Pero yung alam mo yung consult na, Dad, alam mo yung nakasmile pati yung mata. So sabi ko, without hesitation, sinabi ko, go ahead. Kung ako tatanungin mo, I will join that. Kasi nakikita ko na gusto niya. So nag-join siya ng D-League. And then, he did well in the D-League. So, kaso hindi niya nga tinuloy niya yung showbiz, and then nagkaroon ng pandemic. Na-stop lahat, and the only thing that he can do is play with his brother, Kobe, mag-exercise, mag-workout, mag-basketball, and then he realized na baka it's time for me na to join the PBA. So, he did. He played for 1 year, and then kinausap niya ako ulit. Parang nag-deja vu. Sinabi niya sa akin na, Dad, I think I'll concentrate in showbiz and give basketball to Kobe. So bumalik yun na sinabi niya sa akin na I'm weighing, kumbaga, my future. What's gonna happen to me? I'm not going to be a superstar as other players, like other players, di ba, who will get maximum salary. So, if I will stay in showbiz, I'll get more. So, that's the whole story. So, parang he weigh in, and then sabi niya sa akin na, eksakto naman, na if I am going to leave this team, someone will take my place who will get the job.
Right.
So, yun ang sinabi niya.
Tama.
So, yun yung reason why he stopped playing now for the PBA.
Papa Bear, kami din, nag-iisip kami kung mag-artista. Pwede po ba kami apat?
Iway natin. Ha? Iway natin yan. Meron kasing yung iba talagang, yun yung dream.
Opo.
Makapaglaro. Pero meron time naman na iwasan mo ng mangarap. Okay? And ituloy na lang yung kung saan tayo okay.
Tama yung advice ni...
Naku po.
Teresa, balik ko na sa'yo. Baka saan pa mapunta?
Kaya nga eh. Benji, time went by so fast. You know, not long ago, there were little boys playing with a plastic hoop basket, you know, and, you know, ngayon, ang lalaki na nila, may mga sarili na silang desisyon, but they still come to you because they value, you know, your opinion as their father, and if they looked up to you, if you would look back, how's fatherhood been since it's Father's Day on Sunday?
Aba, bukas.
Ano ba? Well, fatherhood is, ando na lahat eh. Lahat. Happiness, pain, excitement, fear. Andun lahat, being a father. So, I guess, alam niya kung bakit, no? And for me, I'm just happy na the big ones, Andre and Kobe, are doing well right now with their own path. And my little ones naman, actually from the start, I never introduced basketball even to Andre and Kobe. It just so happened that we transferred to a house that is near, as in beside the basketball court, and yun na yun. And that started everything. And dito naman sa akin, yung little ones ko ay they started playing football. Iniba ko eh, you know? And then eventually doon pa rin napunta sa basketball. So,
Magnet.
so it's hard. No, the reason why I wanted them to shift to another thing is that mahirap yung may alam ka eh. Na they're into basketball and you know about basketball. So now, no matter what happens, you will not necessarily interfere, but you will make a comment. Diba?
Right.
Pero if they're doing things that you don't know, you'll just say, okay, so let's wait. Let's see.
Yeah.
So it's hard. No, it's hard. Even my 5-year-old girl is holding a basketball right now. And
Tay-tay dyan.
I keep, every time na she's with me, I will turn on the TV and watch volleyball.
Yeah.
I'll tell her, look, they're doing well, no? Look what they're wearing, oh, di ba? They're nice, di ba? You like that? Ganito, ganyan. No, I want to play basketball.
Wow.
So, parang for me, I think being a father is like, para akong cellphone na they need to bring me every time. They need to look at me every time and ask me every time. So, yun yung fatherhood. And sa akin, hindi ako nagreklamo. I'm happy. I'm happy. Now, it keeps me going. Parang, at my age, parang, I still feel young. I want to work. And I have so many ideas, concept na I wanted to give and, alam mo, to share with them. Yun lang. Parang, so I can work. Parang, yun.
Yung ano, no?
I
Kumbaga
wanted to work as long as I can.
Yung purpose, yung drive, you know, you still have your whys and it doesn't change no matter how old they get. That remains to be constant. And you must be very proud, Benji, of how, you know, you've raised your children. They're going to have their own decisions, like what I said, and they're standing firm on the decisions they're making. Ano yan, nakaka-proud yan as a parent.
Siyempre.
What would your advice be to the dads that are watching us? Maybe some younger, you know, young dads starting out.
Yeah. Now, first of all, I would like also to thank my wife. No,
That
because
too.
she's the one who made things parang possible for me. Di ba? Siya lahat yung tumulong sa akin. And the advice that I can only give is, this is the advice that I always tell other parents. There are times that we want our kids to do something and we will tell them, you need to do this, you need to do that. But we need to listen to our kids. And we ask them if they tell us what they want, let's listen and let's support them. And let's give and continue what they want. Tulungan natin. Yun lang yun. Kasi mahirap eh. Ako nga, from the start, I told you, I never introduced basketball to them. Pero dumating lang. So, yun lang yun. Kung ano yung gusto ng mga bata, let's listen to them.
Well, they're very fortunate to have you as a father. We're fortunate to have seen you play in the PBA and to be entertained by you through your movies and all the projects that you've made. And thank you for sharing with us your time this afternoon. You're very generous, Benji, and we wish you the best in everything that you do. Sana next
Thank
time
you.
live na sa studio. Ano ka dito? Daan ka dito.
Oo nga eh, kasi late na to eh. Parang 5 minutes ago lang ako sinabihan eh.
Ayun, si Mike eh. Si
Grabe
Mike to, si Mike.
naman.
Pero ang lakas natin kay Papa Bear, ha?
Oo naman.
Tsaka yung ano natin, yung pelikula natin, aanuhin natin yan.
Yes.
Lalakarin natin yan. Thank you, Benji Perez. Maraming salamat.
Thank you for
Papa
having
Bear,
me.
thank you.
That is one of the greatest PBA
naman.
players
Naman.
ever.
Grabe.
Play the
Agree
game,
ako dyan.
Benji
Yes,
Perez.
yes.
Okay, very quick. Let's have an update on under 16 Gilas.
Yes, mabilis na mabilis. Before the under 16, si Ange Kwame, baka hindi makalako sa, actually, sa parating na third window ng 2023 FIBA World Cup Asian, ano? Na-injure siya, meniscal sprain and partial ACL tear, ano? Grabe, pambirang injury to sa tuhod. Hindi siya makakasali sa tune-up games ngayon sa South Korea. Nandiyan yung Gilas men's team natin, no? Hindi siya na rin siyang doubtful for the 2022 FIBA Asia sa Indonesia next month. And sa Gilas sa under 16 naman, ito yung Gilas Youth, they failed to qualify to the World Cup after losing to defending champion Australia kagabi lang, ano, 109-83. Sayang because lumabang sila ng 17 points early in the match. But at the half, lamang pa yata ng konti. At then in the second half, they were totally outscored by the Australians. And they lost and missed the ticket to the FIBA World Cup sa under 17 sa Spain ito this year. So, okay lang, next time. Si Coach Joshua Reyes pa lang dyan.
Right. Now, also very quick, we just want to congratulate Kai Soto for getting that invitation to work out with the Sacramento Kings. We saw a post by none less than Jimmy Alapag that, Kai was present. And we wish the best of luck as he, again, looks to be able to join the NBA through the NBA draft that's coming in very, very soon. Waylon, NBA news is not the best news to
Para
give
talaga
on
sa'yo
your
yan.
end, pero pakipaspasan na tayo sa NBA news.
Mawala boses nito.
Inday, garutay.
Naku, nakamute si Waylon.
Mute pa si Inday, oh. Dalian
ayan
mo,
na.
ayan.
Ang Boston Celtics nagpuluksa dahil inilibing ng Golden State Warriors sa Game 6, 103-90.
Ibinaon.
Tinanghal na Finals MVP, siyempre Steph Curry. Ito ang kauna-unahan na Finals MVP si Steph after winning his first 3 titles with GSW. Magandang story ito sa GSW dahil alam mo naman natin yung mga nangyari sa kanila after the 2019 Finals against Toronto. Talo yun. Injured si Klay Thompson. 2 years na wala. Then now, back to the NBA Kings ang GSW. So congrats. Kami naman sa Celtic Pride, bawi next year.
Oy, baka masunog ka,
All right. Thank you, Waylon. And before we wrap up the show, we'd like to greet the daddies of the Chasedown, yung mga huwarang ama. Diba? Waylon Galvez, happy Father's Day. Abak and Jerry, happy Father's Day.
Thank you, Riza.
To all the fathers out there, especially to Nicholas and my dad, happy Father's Day. At sana po ay nag-enjoy po kayo sa aming programa ngayong hapon. PBA, magkita-kita tayo bukas. Exciting ang mga laro. Jerry? Phoenix. Phoenix versus Rain or Shine. Plus?
yung Manila Clasico, Ginebra versus Magnolia.
At mamaya-maya, alas 5, UAAP Women's Volleyball
oo nga.
Finals, game number 1, NU kontra De La Salle University. Ako po si Riza Diaz,
Jerry Ramos,
Aba Cordero ng Barangay Ginebra.
Waylan Galvez.
Inday Garutay,
Nagpapasalamat po kami sa inyong pagtutok ngayong hapon at magkita-kita po tayo ulit sa susunod na linggo for another edition of the
Chasedown.
Bye guys!